My name is, as you heard, Lorenz Haas, and I'm delighted to be here today and talk to you about CELOS. In the next 20 minutes, I'll be talking about CELOS, a new holistic approach to integrate a machine into a modern plants process cycle. After the obligatory introduction, we'll have a brief look at the evolution of the machines CELOS is running on. Next, I'll show you some selected features of CELOS and how these features match up with the so-called Industry 4.0. And finally, I'll share some insights on the project and how we ramped up the entire CELOS development. Before we start, however, I'd like to thank Irene Bader, DMG Morris Director of Corporate Marketing, for extending her support for this talk. Also, I'd like to thank Eduard Tarnowski, the combined project manager of the CELOS product. If you have any question during the talk, please hold them for the Q&A at the end of the talk. Introduction. I work as a software architect at Heitec, and I'm mainly focused on C++ and Qt, and I'm also the deputy head of the industrial IT department at Heitec. Heitec is located in Germany, Erlangen, and we are around about 1,000 employees. Originally, however, I've studied ancient history, the history of Greeks and Romans, and after working 6 years as an assistant lecturer at this area, I thought Greeks and geeks sounds very similar. Why not surrender to the geeks? What should I say? Here I am. During my transition, I got tremendous help from the Qt community, first and foremost through the users of QtCenter.org. Back in 2013, I began to contribute to Qt Creator, first some small bug fixes, then one or the other refactoring option, and as a last, I integrate my Beautifier plugin into Qt Creator, which is now a beta plugin. At the beginning of the year, finally, Witholz and my book, Game Programming Using Qt, was published, and hopefully it will make one or the other enjoy Qt as I do, as surely we all do. As told, I work for Heitec, a company based in Erlangen, 1,000 employees, and we are basically an engineering solution provider. And we do basic SPS machine programming, so the low-level programming of the machines used in the automation industry. We take care about gathering, analyzing, and enhancing raw machine data. And finally, we also develop beautiful HMIs for all stuff related to automation industry. Our customers range from local medium-sized companies to big international players. We are a system partner of Siemens because one of the largest bases of Siemens is Erlangen, so we have a tight coupled there. And we also work together with SAP. We are a development and service partner, and we are also a preferred supplier of DMG Mori. And DMG Mori is also our partner, or better, we work for them for making CELOS really happen. DMG Mori, just a short few words, is one of the largest manufacturers of metal cutting machines and a leading global manufacturer of CNC-controlled lathes and milling machines. One of their projects, as told, is CELOS, in which Heitec's development has provided high quality and sustainable support. Before we actually come to CELOS, let's have a short look at the machines that runs CELOS. Once upon a time, machines looked like the picture you see on the left. Not very pretty, but they did the job. The appearance did not matter for the automation industry, as it remains a very traditional industry. In the last years, however, business has gotten tougher and buying decisions are no longer based solely on machine options, a trend we already know from the consumer electronics. Regardless of whether we agree with this change. Progress has taken that direction. And DMG Mori was aware of this trend and began quite early in collaboration with Dominic Schindler Creation, industrial machine design company. Together, they revised the machines, both in interaction and usability as well as in the appearance. The result spoke for itself. It looks much more prettier and much more compelling to us nowadays. And guess what? They are not only looking much better, they sell more easily too. So the step they take paid out in the end. They sell more machines only because they look prettier. To quote René Goscinny, the father of Asterix and Obelix, the year is 2012 BC. All of the machine is occupied by beautiful design. All? Not quite. One small part still holds out against the beautification. And I'm talking about the panel. It's here. It's where the actual work of the machine operator taking place. The panel wasn't designed so far, and also on a software level, it's the old Siemens HMI which runs on this panel. So subsequently, DMG Mori tackled this problem next and enhanced the panel to fit into the new design, and also on a software side, now the machines are equipped with the new CELOS. And plans with the new machines, I think it's a little bit small, just looks awesome. Of course, I'm cheating a little bit. On the left, it's a showroom. It's not an actual plant, but on the right picture, you see at the back, this is the actual plant, and it's not like you would imagine with a lot of dirt or something, though it's all clean and shiny, and yeah, just looks good. So, CELOS. CELOS is nice looking, of course, but not only nice looking. CELOS is the answer to problems identified by a research called Industry 4.0, carried out by the German government. Briefly, Industry 4.0 identified the major problems in the contemporary automation industry. Real room for improvement, say they, is the way the order workflow and the job processing workflow are organized. And optimizations in those areas can easily sum up to 20 to 30% of increase of revenue. So the main focus is on how to order the job workflow and how the job workflow can be timed and handled resource efficiently. On a machine level, as also on a company level. Both are important parts. It's not only the look on the machines, but also the integration of the machines to the entire company as well. In our complex world, the new things to come are even more difficult for the employees, for the machine operators. So you can either train them, but this is time and money expensive, or you can also provide proper assistance systems for the machine operators, and this is exactly what CELOS does. I will show 4 selected examples of how CELOS deals with these problems. First, one solution is provide an easy-to-use and intuitive interface for the current machine operators, as well for attracting new young talents to enter that profession. Secondly, provide the machine operator with enough information about the current machine that he can perform his task efficiently and assist him in his workflow. Thirdly, connect the machines at the shop floor and gather and analyze all possible data in order to spot optimization. Lastly, connect the machines and the resource, enterprise resource planning tool for a faster path for the job processing from ordering to producing to delivering. First, easy and intuitive to provide, easy to use and intuitive user interface. You can see on the pictures, it reminds of a normal mobile operating system you're used to. On the left, you see, that was the wrong. Okay, on the left, it doesn't work. On the left, you see the status monitor. There, a machine operator sees all current data of the machine. So with a brief look, he can tell you the status of the machine. It's well organized. The important aspects of the machine are at a brief look visible. On the right, I make it a little bit larger. It's the main menu of the entire Cielos. The different applications, apps as we call it, are grouped by color, offering discrete and effective user guidance. Green, for example, are all applications related to the job processing, creating, and processing and planning tools. And well, blue, for blue we have for assistance systems such as a tech calculator, where you can do various specific calculations directly on the machine. The second point I mentioned was to provide the specific information, and for that we have a look at the documents application. It's like you have guessed, it's a library where you can put all relevant informations about the individual machine, such as specific machine manuals, quality reports, and so on. So the machine operator has all relevant information at the touch of his screen. If he selects one of the manuals, and of course it's not the manual for all machines, but only these pages that are really relevant for the machine, it's a normal PDF viewer like you would expect with searching functionality, bookmarks, and so on. This library, as a next step, is not separated. It's also integrated into the other applications to have the information even closer at hand. Let's have a look how Cielos assists the machine operator in his workflow. Therefore, we have the job manager, which prepares the jobs. On the left side, you see all jobs which are currently assigned to a machine. So we have the machine view of Cielos. At the top, you see the main information about the job, such as the job name, when it should be executed, and so on. And in the bottom, the setups relate to specific work steps the machine operator has to do. And if you look at one setup, it's even more information about the utilities, the tools, the clamping devices you have to use. And for every category, there are further information. And on the right, you can integrate different informations. Here you see a 3D model of the tool that should be used. There are also PDF files, of course, images, or even movies showing how the machine operator, for example, change the tools. This is done by a supervisor preparing the jobs. And then in a second step, the actual machine operator will use the same app. It's then called Job Assistant, which shows the same information, but disable all edit functionality. As a quick course, if you ask what security mechanism is used, we have the so-called smart key. It's like an ordinary key you plug in to your machine, and on the key, it's a normal dongle, there are individual rights, and so the supervisor has a different smart key than the actual machine operator. So back to the machine operator. He has all the information about the used tools, about the clamping devices, and actually which NC data to use. That's the actual programs loaded on the machine. And after the machine operator has prepared the machine, he goes to the NC view, and the buttons which are grayed out, he loads up the NCs to the machine, and the machine begins to produce the items. Once he is done, he loads the NC data back. And during the processing, a lot of data is gathered, and the supervisor can use the energy saving app, for example, to revisit the data and see which energy was used and which air, which carbon dioxide, and so on. This is a fast view, but of course, the view is much more detailed. You can start and stop monitoring from the NC program, so the NC programmer can say when to start or to record the session and when to stop. And so after a job was processed, they can go through the gathered data. Of course, it's nice to have this data on your machine, but Cielos goes a step further. You also have a PC version, a CELOS version called PC version. You have the same applications on your PC, and all the machines are connected. So you can sit on your PC, prepare the jobs, and just assign them to the machines, and they are automatically transferred to the machines as they are all connected to each other. Of course, we also provide some kind of intelligent analytics in Cielos. For example, the service agent informs you about upcoming maintenance tasks, and it also places automatically orders for the needed spare parts that you actually can do the maintenance tasks. Then after connecting the machines, you also have to connect the machines to the ERP system. Unfortunately, there is no generic way to do this because the ERP system is highly customized for each plant. So there are whole companies like SAP or Salesforce who do the customization. Therefore, Cielos provides an API, but the actual work to connect the ERP with Cielos has to be done once by a specialist. Heitec and our subsidiary company Heitec, which is a SAP Gold partner, has done so for various customers, and there a new order in the ERP system automatically translates to Cielos jobs, which are automatically transferred to the machines and processed. And of course, every job step is reported back to the ERP system. Every produced item or every error is transferred back. So a manager can see with his familiar ERP tools the current status of his plant. This in short, and I also running short on time, I just want to skip a little bit and just go to the project story, as it is, I guess, somewhat enlightened. We start with the CELOS project in 2013, and we literally started from zero. The parties involved are DMG Mori, Heitec, and as mentioned, Dominik Schindler, who has done the designing part. We at Heitec were mainly responsibility for the so-called graphical toolbox, providing all the graphical user interfaces, buttons, line edits, and so on. And we have done also a lot of applications such as the shown job manager, job assistant, job scheduler, or documents, as you have seen, and a couple of others. The project start, however, was a hell of a ride. Within half of a year, the project infrastructure had to be set up, the specification had to be written, and the team, 15 developers at the site of Heitec, had to be built, and a first version of Cielos had to be developed to be presented at the EMO fair, which is the largest and most important fair for the metal cutting industry. We at Heitec, we have a pretty good knowledge of low-level machine programming. We are also practicated C++ programmers. Qt, however, was not amongst our skills. So what have we done? The solution is straightforward, like everything you do with Qt. We hired an expert from KTEP, as we are located in Europe, for training on site. He ramps up the team's Qt expertise. And additionally, we also brought in an expert of Digia to assist the team even further in the first couple of weeks. And another very important point is the documentation of Qt. It's well written, it's precise, and it provides a lot of overview chapters. You can easily get quick, can make you familiar very quick. So in overall, Qt was a major winner for this project. The development is easy, even for total Qt rookies. The speed is very, very fast. This is also because Qt provides complete solutions for XML processing, for networking, for database connection, and further. Needless to say, we made it successfully and could present a first version at the EMO Hanover Fair in 2013 after only half of a year. So since I'm running out of time, thank you for listening. If you have any question, you can approach me also afterwards. I also have a demo version of Cielos if you like to have a real look at the software, how she is running and how the software is generally doing. Thank you very much.
Danke.
1 minute,
Good
30
job.
seconds.
Danke. Are there any questions?
So maybe a last detail, which is maybe interesting. If we have done Cielos in QML or widgets, it's widget-based. Why? Because we started with 4.8. At this time, QML was not so far and major as it is now, so we decided to go for widgets. And once you have done the decision, you stick with it. And now we think about switching to QML, but it will take some time. But it's widget-based and QSS-based, also important. We have QSS files with a couple of thousand lines. So it's working, also productive. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for listening.